Well, hello and welcome back to another Fort Petria episode. Yes, we're playing some Prehistoric Kingdom today, guys. Episode 3 in the series, and we are just gonna pop straight into it here, where I am building something new. Yes, indeed. I am building this sort of little souvenir shop. I just added later into the video, I will add some shops in there, but I don't do much besides that today. But my purpose with this was that I wanted to have a shop here and then have like stairways going up against it, so people walk on top of the shop and you can kind of walk down under it. Because when you build a fort, like fort is very like everything is built inside of the walls and etc. You know, like they have like all these small sections and holes and gaps and like stairs that has like a little angle going downwards, sort of like not really a basement. I don't know what it's exactly called, but they have all these kind of things, and those are the things we're also gonna build in Fort Petria here. We're also gonna make, like as I said, some kind of like armory, maybe a little bit of a workshop sort of thing. We need to make some prison cells or like some sort of thing like that. Maybe we can put some animals in there if so. But I am literally just trying to add towards the left side of the whole park here today. And what you're seeing me do here is making custom stairways. What I have not done though is that I have not made sure that the guests can actually walk around here, but we will eventually figure that out. If they can, then whatever, I'll manage to find another way for them to walk around and just have this as scenery. At least we will definitely get them to walk around anyways. That is my goal, because that's the only way why I wanted to build this sort of fort, with having like all these sort of archways and levels, having people walking around on different levels, right? And then maybe have some habitats spread around the entire fort. What I'm also doing today is that I'm starting sort of like I feel like we can maybe make it a museum or something, but just have it not what it was in the past, but what it's going to be now here on the fort here. It's kind of like they made this as a museum sort of thing for the fort. So in there we can do like some dope interior, right? Like some statues, maybe put in some custom billboards, and we can literally just play along with the scaling in there and see what we can do of interior and stuff, because we haven't really done that yet. And now I have seen so many screenshots and etc. on social medias of Prehistoric Kingdom, how people really are doing interior, and it's just so freaking amazing. So I want to try to do that too. So depending on how I feel next time, you might be able to get to see some of that for next video. Or maybe I'll get something completely spontaneous idea, as I sometimes do, and then I will just build whatever that is. Pretty much. But let me hear if you guys are playing the game yourself. Do you like it? And like join my Discord as well, and share your progress if you are working on anything of it in here, because I would really like to see that. I'm slowly starting, as I said last time, to get the whole feeling of the game. Like I'm not struggling so much. I feel like, at least, like there are a few times where I like click a button maybe a little bit too fast, and then I do a mistake or so. But besides that, I feel like it's actually starting to become really, really good now. And it also got an update, right? Like it got an update like last week that I really didn't get into to play it yet, because I've been busy with all other stuff, and Planet Zoo had an update too, and my birthday was in the weekends and etc. So it was kind of busy. I really didn't get to do much. But here it comes though. But they've added like doors, windows. They added small clutter pieces. They even added a new dinosaur. Like they've added tons of cool things. You will eventually see me place a few of the new clutter pieces they gave us. Like it's like some tribe stuff, some baskets and masks. It's really cool, and I will eventually try see if I can make some of it use of it in this section here. So guys, what you're seeing me do here now is literally just like trimming up the stuff, and I know it's jumping a lot, but lots of it you kind of know how you do, right? And it's basically me just doing it all the way around, so no need for us to have 5 minutes of that just roaming. So After that, I'm trying to make like a cool, nice railing to this sort of stairway here, so it actually look more, you know, realistic. Because after that, I would assume that the people renovated the place, right? And then they sort of, kind of like just made it, how do you say, achievable for visitors to roam around and don't hurt themselves. You know, secure it, safety, secure it. I guess we could say so, but. Besides this, I feel like that it's really good start on this on the left section here, especially now when you can slowly start to see how this area is gonna look, how it's gonna turn out to become. And it's really cool, guys. Especially here with just the scaling. Every time you're in an issue and you'll be like, oh shit, this piece doesn't work, you can just scale it and make it work. Like, I really like this, and I'm really starting to get addicted to this sort of feeling of having a scaling constantly at our side to whatever piece we wish to do it with. You know, it's just so freaking cool, and I love it, especially in this. I know we have it in a few other games like Sims 4, Parkitect, but we don't really have it in like a building game like this, I feel like, where the pieces are actually essential for us. So I think that's super dope. And remember, there's a Steam sale going on now, guys, so if you haven't got it yet and you want to get your hands to it, go check it out and see for yourself, because this game is definitely worth it, and it only gets better. It only gets better, guys. So, but eventually here we're starting to like enclosure this entire section here with like some fake walls. I'll probably add some doors and a little bit of different things to one of them each, you know, so they're just not completely boring. But it is kind of like that they had it for previous time, but they just, you know, sort of brick them in again, because they're not really, they don't really have a meaning anymore, I guess. So after this, just adding up the place, making it look a little bit pretty, also doing some stuff off camera, guys, where it's just literally adding to some of the things I didn't do last time, of like finishing off the left and right side of the walls. That's mainly what I've done, and like just fixing up some of the flaws and gaps and stuff that we left out last time, you know. So I am also adding animals in this one, guys, though it is the two bird ones. Wow, great. Yes, it's the aviary I'm gonna add in here, and we only have 2 species, so I'm gonna add those 2 in. We will eventually see it. I don't do much to the habitat, though something happened to it a bit. I was just trying out some things, you know. We gotta try stuff out. We gotta see what we can do, and etc. and all that cool things. So I really wanted a tree here. Actually, I wanted a fountain sort of here, but I kind of, for some weird reason, just ran out of that idea and just added the greenery and stuff instead. And after I added that, I was like, you know what? I can go with this. This seems all right to me. So, but yeah, adding some vines here too. These vines in this game are really cool. I really like how they attach to the wall and how they are very thick. I don't feel like they're a little bit less in the other games we play, where here you can actually see the vines, and yeah, it's just nice. I like it, even though you make it small or bigger or whatever. It's just nice. I will eventually, as I said, add a few clutter pieces in front of this shop here, and this shop will eventually also get a lot more decorating things, you know, because it was mainly just to get it closed off for now, and adding in some shops and stuff to get like a sort of a back to it, so when you looked into the windows there would be something. That is literally the only reason why I added some shops in here, and also why I'm kind of closing it off. So because I just don't like when you can see through a building, like the windows and stuff, and there's not really anything in it, especially for the screenshots and stuff, right? So it's really important. So yeah, here we are adding the aviary, guys, and I am adding the Archaeopteryx and the microraptors. So after I added these, as I said, I like just try to slowly add a few things into their habitat, and just trying to see what I can do, and like what is not good, and etc. And then afterwards I'm trying to like just decorate the entire like cage sort of thing to the wall, so it kind of feels like it's part of the whole, you know, fort sort of vibe. And then afterwards here, I just go in and, as I said, add a few things. I know it's kind of like just everywhere foliage, but this is like a trial and error sort of session too, right? Like we learn the game while we build. So afterwards here, I'm adding this extra trim piece here, and then I go in and add the top walls too, so it kind of feels like it's fortified into like a little section here. And then this here, as you see here, this is one of the new pieces, a shutter, which I just make a kind of like a gateway sort of thing. And I do the same with the door here, putting it in front of the normal door, because we don't really have anyone that goes through them yet. I actually don't know if they have intended of having any keepers to that. Anyways, we're moving towards, and up here I'm trying to do a little bit of a custom railing, but just still using the same sort of railing that the game have. So you can see here, this kind of like gives it a better vibe, kind of makes it look a little bit more fortressy, I feel like. So that's kind of a nice little vibe it adds to here up to the top, which, as I said earlier, that I'm really hoping we will get the guests to walk up here eventually, right? Eventually. I am not really sure what kind of animal or which kind of species we should use next time, or I should try to figure out to build a habitat for. Let me hear your guys' suggestion to what you would like to see a habitat for in Fort Petria here, and if you have any clue and ideas on how to, like, what kind of habitat it could be, maybe just let me know, guys. Feel free to say what you feel like. And you can see here, just adding these sort of pots and stuff that is with the new update for the game, which is very exciting. It's very cool that we got these sort of new pots and stuff for clutter. It's really, really cool, because you know me, guys, I do love my clutter, so the more the merrier, I would say. So we are adding the top part here of the door just to close it in again, because you know I don't want to have any ways where you can kind of peek in. So everything has to be kind of like with windows. Up here, on the other hand, is what I said way in the start of the video, guys, where I am going to make a museum. If you guys have any other suggestions to what we could make this of, let me hear down below as well. But my thought with it is that we're gonna make it like a stronghold, kind of like a fortress sort of thing, but then the people here now made it more of a museum in a sense, right? And I feel like we will have a lot of fun with playing around, as I said, with the scaling, as we had in the start of the game here, where we had to do a little bit of the things in the front of the park. So adding just the top here, trying to like just get sort of a Mediterranean sort of fortress vibe still, right? Because we are still building a Mediterranean fort here. So I'm trying my best to kind of like get that vibe in here, and I'm thinking that it's a really good start, I would say. So like we are only getting like the first part of this museum build here started. Like legit, just the first facade here you'll see. There's not even gonna be sights on and anything. It's literally just for the presentation, so you guys can sort of get a vision on how this is going to look. Because some of the walls are also just gonna be completely plain as well. We're not gonna add anything to it, mainly just some ivies and stuff. So, but it will eventually get more to it, right? So it's just I just feel like now we sort of have a good length of video, and I had a lot of stuff in the video already, so I didn't feel like building more for now, and just save it for next video, you know. So, but I am adding some custom windows here, kind of like just some brick trims here to kind of like make it feel like the window is inside of the wall, as we like to do. It just looks a lot better like that. I really like it like that personally. And then afterwards we are topping it up with an extra piece to kind of like making sure that everything looks kind of nice and smooth. Afterwards we're trimming it up, and then we are slowly adding like the little roof bits on the building as well, which is also going to be like castle top pieces. I don't know what you call them, but all of the things at least we'll get to get there. And maybe on the back side of this museum we can like have the water, we can have like it can be placed on some rocks, maybe have some more towers around it. I have a good feeling about that this specific museum here is going to be super cool, and it's going to be the perfect start of this series to actually go in depth and actually check out, as I said, the scaling. What can we do? What kind of things should we have in this museum? All the things, right? So I feel like it's a cool, very cool way of kind of like implementing all these things that I have in mind, and then just do it inside of a museum, and then see how everything works out at the end, right? We might as well just do that, I would say so. Also, if you have anything, suggestions of that, let me know down below, guys, as well. So here, as I say, it's mainly just the facade I do. I'm just doing some very quick prep work here to kind of like make it feel like this is something, you know, instead of just having half a wall. So doing a little bit of top trim work here as well. And then I'm gonna make a corner balcony on the side here, and add lots of ivy. And then you can see here, what I feel like it's so freaking smart here is that here, I don't even have to change anything. I can literally just change the entire texture, the entire thing on this building, because I'm using the same textures all over, like the same piece. That's freaking amazing. Like, and just by this, I did this, then we already have like a different style of castle or tower, just a different color that really works with this sort of Mediterranean vibe that we're trying to go for here. So I'm really happy for that. And then we can even make some smaller ones too. You know, like we can make them like, I want some a little bit more around the castle, or castle I say, around the museum here too, and maybe we can make a big sign at the end. And yeah, I think we're gonna make the interior super classy, guys. I want to make it like that, you know. So let's see what we can do with that. The options are high since we have the scaling, so we can legit take a piece and make it the tiniest piece to make whatever we want, pretty much, which is super cool, right? That is like super cool. That's legit just one of the things you really need in one of the other games, for sure. But here I'm just adding the top part, guys, of the build, and then we are slowly moving towards the end and the nice little cinematics that I got for you people. Guys, if you like the series, if you like what you see here, feel free to subscribe and leave a comment down below as well. If you have anything whatsoever on your mind, I would love to hear it. But before we end it off, I am just doing this corner balcony here, guys, and then it's pretty much straight over to the cinematics. So yeah, leave a like, guys, if you think it deserves it, and hope to see you for next Fort Petria video. So yeah, take care, homies, and I'll see you around. Bye bye.